Alright, so we're here at the Irish Gown Market. Let's take a walk around and see what we can find.
You doing alright, boss? Yeah, you doing good? There we go. They're 15 euro, is that okay? Yeah? Yeah, that's right, their pricing star. Amiibo's 18 euros. So they're 18 euro. I don't even know where the pricing stars are. Oh, it doesn't stop here. 15 plus 18 plus 28 euro. So 61 euro in total then.
Japs as well.
Yeah, once you guys are to
You've got what you do. We do the golden eyes. They're loose, are they?
Sorry?
They're loose.
They're loose, what would you take for these? Two straight swap?
3 would
What would you like?
The 2 golden eyes.
2 golden eyes for them? Yeah, okay.
I like golden eyes.
I had to check. We're taking them at home, but I want to make sure.
I like just randomly picking up stuff that looks good that I've never played as a kid.
Heavy here is there. Just out there,
This is very difficult to difficult. Here's one more time.
No manual. We will. They always go.
After you see what's happening here, there's some
Expensive manual.
You know, everyone has their answer after this. Does anyone in the audience know? Let's see how many of the audience. We can play the second time, don't worry. Yeah, let's pump up the value with this one. Pump up the value, pump up the value. Alright. We're gonna play one more time. Listen up. series is fine. The character is. And what did you do with that pin? Kill for Mario. Well, the answer is Link from the Legend of Zelda. Well, very good. Is that?
Oh, he's flipping through first. Look at this.
Sorry, I need to actually. Here we go. Why is this so expensive? Why is it so expensive?
Wii Sports, it's mental, isn't it? Like,
I don't know why. Oh, I know.
This is why I hate that. I keep saying, like, I'm not saying down for a complete set, but like, I want to get as much reuse.
There's a couple of really hard ones this one, yeah. 50 quid, like, what? Why? Just play Wii Sports on the Wii.
Yeah, it's madness. Oh, fuck. Actually, have Mario Kart on the wheel.
Let's get some eyes. Oh, we have some audience on here, reels. That's fucking down. Your eyes are wandering today, young man. Your mate's over there, isn't he? Yes, he's got a lot of mates in that corner. Right, we're locking it in. Okay, yeah, alright. Fucking down, what is your answer?
I need to grab Smash for it. I should have been sure to have that.
Okay, healing in Pokemon. Hefty.
Do good things like this. Super Smash.
It's terrible. Interesting. And next.
No, we don't. So we're taking it
In the Poke Center on location, the answer is, of course, healing in Pokemon Red or Blue specifically.
Rare or unusual for
It's Pokemon healing, 2 points. Pokemon healing, well done, guys. Next round, let's keep it going. What's that sound? Oh. What's that sound?
I don't think we have the autonomous actually.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Yo. You want it again? I mean, you want to try to win? Yo. Oh, we got two to know the answers? Ooh. It's literally one of my favorite games ever.
I want you guys to go. But only when the blue shell is thrown. Okay? And I will be watching this. I expect to hear it. Now, I'd love to introduce to you guys our lovely drivers if they want to come on up. Introduce you guys, get you all situated. I think we're going 2 times. Okay, get yourselves cozy. Now guys, I'm going to hope you have more Mario Kart experience than I do. So, up first, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Fruitail49. I have no idea what I'm doing.
A man after my own taste. Last time I played Mario Kart was on the DS, doing like link playing with my brother. So I'm a little out of the game. I heard there's parachutes, and you can like jump and stuff. Crazy.
Hi guys, I am Bex by the Book, and I am dressed as the top tier Crazy Daisy. Let's go!
Is it safe to assume you...
I'm cosplaying Denver Girls Night, and I've never not lost for
Yeah, until today! I'm rooting for you, we got this, okay? 2 brains are better than 1, it's me and you. Yeah, I believe. So we're going to be driving, we're going to be doing a couple of races, but I would love a little bit of crowd engagement. So what do we think would be fun? I think the blue shell have to be fun. Anyone else, any suggestions? Oh, I saw the hand. Any suggestions? Yeah, perfect. Give me some. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? If anyone gets ink, you have to hold your eyes closed for, what, 5 seconds? Oh, until it fades. Ooh. What's that? Do you need a bag, sir? The colour? Yeah.
I don't have a camera.
We just ran into the main man, Nicholas here. Like, another absolutely amazing gift, like a complete in-box Ocarina of Time Japanese version. This is just, it's going to look absolutely amazing on the shelf. Thanks so much for that, mate. That's...
This is a really bad version of it. So, each team is going to have 4 tasks to complete. You might need the boots off. Yeah, you might need them off. So, the Oh, this actually quite a complex paper airplane. Okay.
I gotta retake these claps. Retake a slow clap.
Alright, so one thing that you know we're after are SNES cards, so we're going to be digging deep through every single one we can find here, see if we can get any of the 4 or 5 that we've had on our list for probably the last 3 or 4 markets at this stage.
So 35, 38, 36. Purple down to you.
Do you have any more loose?
No, I think just get into got a couple of box. Okay. 36.
A few of these demo discs as well, so let's take the time to go through here and see if there's anything that we need to kind of complete a little set of those.
That's all up there, these two are here,
PlayStation magazine ones we will try and pick up. Okay.
There, even if you want to go. Inside. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of I get about.
Right. We'll be out in a minute. We're
I've got outside white, you got some.
grab them now. He's out there.
I'm going to go and grab a seat.
Very cool shit. So you can go there and touch the apart from that, IGM has asked me to remind you guys.
Just realised now that James is now under the table bin here. You know we love now rummage through stuff like this, so let's see if we can pull that out of here that we need.
We're so back. Daisy, wait! Go away! Mario, go away! Jinx, you're perfect just the way you are. Stay there. Look at Jinx, keep it up. Come on, you wish you got great. I'm afraid it was so I hope you got please, you should take the mystery box. 1. A temporary tattoo of a pint. Congratulations. Oh, it's trying to pick up. I'm so sorry. Yes, cool. You're being a cool dude like me. Yes, congratulations. Big round of applause for Succeed, who is our final corners winner in that section of the show. I'm going to pull out back now some of our prizes right here that we have from before. Our top winner here today, folks. Would you believe it? Can you believe it? Is going to walk away with a cool tattoo like mine. This is for our next winner. No more lines, no more corners. We need a full house bingo winner. So your entire bingo card needs to be filled in, and we need to find a person who has not already won a prize here today. We need a new person who's not already won a prize here today. You need to wait with that too? Fantastic. You are eligible. Anyone else who's won a prize? You're disqualified probably. Or not that clever. No winners. Let's go again. Next number 10. Number 10. Whiskey. Over here, let's have a round of applause, folks. We've got a possible winner making his way up towards the stage. No one else winning at the same time, meaning this would be a clean sweep, a clean victory. Wouldn't even have to fight a child. Step over here and let me check your bingo card to make sure everyone here is on the little and everyone is fine. We've had that one, we've had that one, we've had that one, we've had that one. I don't see any weirdos. We have to remember all these. We have a winner. Let's have a huge round of applause, please, folks. Thank you so much. What is your name? Robert, you've won the seeds, the stickers, the badge, the sweets, the weird sweets.
We're bringing up some content creators, the best Ireland has to offer. First up, give it up for Best Fighter.
How's it going? Good, yeah. Yeah, I've been watching your videos. Yeah, they're good. They're good, we enjoy them.
Alright, so we're back from the game in market and we're back up in the game room. Now, I picked up a shed load of stuff from the 2 days there. We kind of had a good little look around, trying to fill up as much of the route around as possible, but it was quite noisy there, so didn't really get a chance to sort of talk about what we were looking at or what we were looking to pick up. But we'll be sure to go through all that now and kind of talking about where we grabbed everything. But we did get some really, really nice gifts over the 2 days, so very quickly we're going to have a look at those and then we'll get stuck into the pickups then after that. So at this stage you'll have seen nearly all the gifts that I got on Instagram. If you're not following me over there, I do kind of show a few kind of previews of stuff that's coming up in the video, so make sure and follow me over there if you want to kind of get a sneak peek at what's coming up. And while you're over there, make sure that you're following all the amazing vendors from the weekend. I've done my best to kind of tag everyone in the video and in the description below. If I've missed anyone, please let me know so I can add it in there. But one of the guys that we were kind of having a browse around the table of were Retro Ultimate. Some class stuff from their booth, and I just picked up this wee Power Ranger Samurai. Looked a little bit different. It's kind of like a Power Rangers kind of fighting game. I'd never heard of it before. It was fully complete, in amazing condition. Went to pay for it and they wouldn't take a penny for it. They insisted on giving it as a gift, so thanks so much for that, lads. Really, really, really appreciate it. I've been saying for years, the famous line, I'll have to pop it in and have a go of it sometime, but we really, really plan on kind of doing that a little bit more going forward. I kind of have a streaming set up here and the space in here doesn't really work for it, and I've been trying to figure it out. But I think in the meantime what I'll have to start doing is just maybe pick a random game and just sort of sit down, just put the camera on me or on the telly or something like that and just have a quick shot and reaction to it. So something we'll probably try and throw in going forward. So maybe this will make an appearance now that I've kind of said it and it's fresh in my mind. But we've kind of got about 1,000 games here we can probably do the same with. But yeah, I don't know, just something I've been playing around with in my head, thinking maybe we'll put that in a future video. So keep your eyes peeled, you never know what might happen in a future episode. But next here, this is in no particular order now, just by what I can reach for it in my hand. You'll have seen me mention a few episodes ago, I met up with Nicholas, who got me some amazing stuff while he was in Japan. Bumped into him at the market and he was kind of keeping this one on the slide for me. This is a complete, amazing condition copy of The Legend of Zelda. Obviously this is the NTSC-J version. But I've mentioned before, I won't go on about it, I love the artwork on these. Like, not just the box art, which as it is absolutely amazing, but when you open it up, just everything that comes inside with it. I'm just very carefully trying to slide this open so as not to... So yeah, it comes with... Someone will have to explain to me what this is about. It's got like a music symbol or something like that. If you know why that's in there, please let me know. Some other kind of like just... I presume like registration cards, that sort of thing. Got this one here. Actually, this probably looks more like a registration or a warranty card. Pretty cool. But yeah, the actual cart itself is in amazing condition. I think I actually have one of these already. I do. So maybe what I'll do is, I've mentioned before that when people give me gifts, it kind of triggers a giveaway. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to do an unplanned giveaway, and let's give away the other copy that I have of Ocarina of Time. Now, I know I've done the PAL version recently, but this will be the NTSC-J version. So like for like, I'm going to give a copy of this away. So if you want to get a copy of the Ocarina of Time NTSC-J, I don't know, I'm running out of ideas for these competitions. Okay, tell you what, if you want to win a copy of it, just put a comment down below. Mention the words Ocarina of Time or Ocarina and I'll enter you into a draw and we'll give that away in a week's time. So yeah, flash giveaway there. But anyway, get on to some of the other pieces of artwork that come with it. This is like a Game Boy Color. It's going to annoy me which game this is now. Is it one of the... I don't think it's Minish Cap. Is it one of the Oracles? I'm not too sure, and to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to tell from the little bit of artwork that's there, but yeah, just nice to see all this stuff come included in the box. This is like a little guide to all the buttons, and actually now I'm kind of realising what the stickers are for. This is actually so cool. It's got like a little chart on the inside, so obviously this chart is for you to map out the buttons that you need to press for playing songs on the ocarina in the game. So it has like the A buttons and has the arrows and stuff like that, so you probably kind of write down which one is which and put the stickers in. Absolutely amazing. How this is actually still blank, I don't know, because I would have filled that in straight away when I was a kid. But yeah, just really, really cool addition in there. And then of course, last but not least, look at that manual. Absolutely crazy. We'll talk about the debate another day about the Switch 2 and the price of games, and people kind of go, oh well, games used to be €67 back in the day. Yeah, but they came with all this stuff in it. You know, they came with maps, they came with manuals, they came with amazing boxes, so you can kind of justify spending a bit more. But look, it's not a debate for this video, we'll get into it in another one. But Nicholas, thanks again so much. Absolutely amazing piece. Again, I've been mentioning a while about remodeling the Zelda Shrine. It is coming soon, but that's going to be pride of place on there along with the other stuff that you got me made. So thanks so much. Really, really appreciate it. Alright, so next gift up, I actually just posted this on Instagram like an hour ago, so that'll give you a good idea on how far behind I am with editing and all this on this video. And again, we'll talk about it in the next video, but so much has gone on this year, it's really just left me with no time to get anything done, but we're finally starting to return to normal, so we should see a few more videos coming out very soon. But this one was courtesy of Anthony at the Retro Gaming Store. I gave me this amazing Games Master magazine with the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on it. This is from November 2006. You know I love a magazine here, but anything that's got like a Zelda game or something on it, but is actually sort of like a cover game from when it was released, is something that I really am going to treasure having. So thanks again so much for that, Anthony. Really cool. I just love these magazines. It kind of just brings you back. And I mean, another year this will officially be retro. So we better look after it and put it in a nice little sleeve or something like that. But yeah, just the art and all on it is really cool. So that was class. My friend Adam at Replay Games gave me this. Again, there's a bit of a theme emerging here with all the Zelda stuff, but people know me well. He gave me this Zelda Minish Cap. This is like the how would you call it? The manga kind of book. So just really love like the cover and stuff like that. I've got a few of these kind of Zelda books starting to build up on the shelf up there. Yeah, I'm not really sure when this one came out. A story and art by Akira Himikawa. I'll probably slaughter the pronunciation. Jeez, I can't even pronounce pronunciation. Oh my god. I probably slaughtered the pronunciation of that. But I have a couple more of the sort of anime manga style books, whatever you want to call them. I'm probably making a show of myself here, but a few of them up on the shelf there. And yeah, same guy did those as well. So nice one to add to the collection. Nice chunky book. But it's in English as well, so if you really want to read it, you can kind of read it. Obviously these books read from back to front, but yeah, just some really cool art and stuff in there. So maybe we'll sit down and have a little read of that one day. And then last but not least for the gifts, this was given to me by Seamus. Now, if you've seen the last video where I kind of did more of like a behind the scenes documentary style, I kind of just wanted to make a video where he kind of spoke about the reasons why they kind of got the gaming market set up. You know, what the inspiration behind it was. We talked to a few of the vendors and stuff like that. And yeah, it was really nice of them to kind of give me the time on such a busy weekend to kind of chat away and, you know, basically give you guys an idea what goes into sort of organising the market and stuff like that. There'll be a link below to it if you missed that video anyway. But we were kind of having a bit of a chat on the Sunday, finished recording, and we were kind of just taking a little stroll around the inside, and Jack is his name, I hope I've got his name right, from Northern Retro Gaming was kind of closing up and putting a few bits away, and Seamus spotted this. We spotted another thing. I don't know if I got it on camera when I was kind of filming the stall, but there was a really cool, like, yeah, we kind of noticed this sort of limited edition tin Spear Tracks thing. We were talking about that, but then we noticed this. I'd never seen this on my walk around. It was this Phantom Hourglass. I think it's like a case or something like that for holding the actual console. There was like a console variant came out for the game, and Jack just gave him an amazing deal, and he just out of nowhere just grabbed it, paid for it, and just gave it to me as a gift. So Seamus, thanks so much, mate. Really class. You know I love stuff like this, and again I've mentioned about sort of redesigning the Zelda shrine. We're probably going to have to give it a double shelf at this stage. We've got that much stuff, or maybe get like a little glass display case and make like a little museum of all the kind of Zelda bits and pieces that I have. But this is actually really cool, and I am a bit kind of nerdy and kind of practical. So in the meantime, before I find the actual console, which obviously I'm going to have to get now to put into it, but yeah, that's just really cool for keeping like little bits and pieces. Obviously it has, you know, things there for the game, and that's where the console goes, but you can probably keep a few little trinkets inside it for now. But yeah, I just absolutely love that. So again, just can't wait to get that reorganised and find a really nice place on the shelf. But anyway, that's the gifts, and you're all waiting to see what games I picked up, so let's get on with those. We're going to plough through them now, because I know this video is probably already about 40 minutes long, so don't worry, we won't keep you for too much longer, but let's go through all the pickups, talk about where we got them, and then we'll wrap the video up then after that. So the first bunch of pickups I'm going to show were from Adam's Boot Replay Games. You'll have seen me have a good rummage through the bargain bin that was there. He was kind of do games 3 for a $5. You know, I love kind of just rooting around trying to find stuff that like I don't have. So the only one I'm actually questioning, and I have to look now behind me, is this Ghostbusters, the video game. I picked this up. Anything that I picked up here is actually complete with manuals and stuff. Oh, actually, this one has like a little, is the bonus. I thought it was a receipt. It's just like the sticker on like the little CX plastic sleeve. But yeah, I'm not overly sure if this is one that I have. Now, I can't even see the bloody shelves here because I've got that much stuff, but no, it's actually one that I don't have. I don't know if I have it on the 360 maybe, as if I can see from here with my glasses. I don't know, I was convinced I had this game in some iteration, but the fact that we don't have it is even better again, because we've picked it up for less than £2 to add it to the collection. So, Ghostbusters, the video game. I grabbed Just Dance 2006. Now we won't be getting any dance mats and doing our moves down the sitting room, but you know I'm kind of... I keep saying I'm not going for full Wii U set. I still don't think I will, because there's so much crazy expensive stuff. You'd probably heard me talking to Adam at some stage in the video, although the audio wasn't great. Kind of mentioned like that sort of like the Wii U sports game is like £50 or something like that, which is absolutely bonkers. I don't know if I could ever justify that, but I don't know, we'll keep plugging away that we'll kind of get the cheaper games when we see them at the likes of the markets, and then we'll use our sort of a trading credit to get other silly stuff like that in CEX. But another one anyway for the list was Just Dance 2016. I generally try and go for them with those little inlays to get them as complete as possible. Couple of games from the market here didn't have them, but they were such good deals I couldn't turn them down, so we can always look for them another day. But we get to them in a minute. Another one that I grabbed was a copy of 13 on the original Xbox. Now I definitely have this on, I don't think I have it on the GameCube. I think originally the GameCube was the console that I kind of earmarked I wanted to get it for. It's something I played back in the day that I really enjoyed and just kind of wanted to have it in there to have another shot of it again. But I'm pretty sure, again, I don't actually see it. Man, I need to organise some of these games. It's probably that long since I've done like a little sort them out on the shelf, put them in alphabetically. That's probably not even sitting there where it should be, but I'm convinced I have this on PS2 that I picked it up on one of the last markets. But sure, hey, if not, we now have it on original Xbox as well. Also got a copy of Thief. Never played it. This is one that I believe was pretty good when it came out. Again, nice condition, fully complete with the manual. So at 3 for a fiver, you know, picking up games that maybe we'll play one day that we're going to get like hours of entertainment out of. At those prices, you just can't go wrong. What else am I looking for here? So holding on to Ghostbusters, and I've already shown it off. Randomly picked up this radio helicopter. Again, you know me, weird Wii games, cheap, picking them up all day long. And then just grabbed, again, another complete copy of Killzone Liberation for the PSP, because we don't really pick up that many PSP games, so we see them cheap like that. Why not grab them and add them to the collection? And then also from Adam's Boot, again, as I said, kind of left the bargain bin as its own sort of thing, but just picked up sort of 5 random games. A lot of the stuff that's here, I can't remember whether I picked it up on the Saturday or Sunday. I kind of got a few pickups on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday I kind of, you know, I went around, I did a bit of film and sort of interviewing some of the guys, but I kind of just put the camera away and just kind of took my time going around chatting to everyone and just actually looking for games. Normally I spend so much time worrying about filming and video and this that I never actually take time to actually enjoy the market and enjoy doing something that I love doing, which is kind of going around just rooting through games, looking for stuff that I don't have. So there might be too much footage of me looking at these games, but sure, that's the reason why. I'm sure you'll forgive me that. But yeah, I grabbed a copy of WWE Day of Reckoning on the GameCube. €10 seemed a pretty good price for that. Fully complete. The sticker on the front says it's the best wrestler on the GameCube. I'm not sure how true that is, but again, like I said, GameCube games, we don't pick up too many of them, so when we see them cheap like that, we'll get them and add them to the collection. Grabbed a copy of Mario Power Tennis for the Wii. €7 again, just seemed like a really, really good price for a Mario game on the Wii. One that I don't have, one that I haven't really seen around before. Again, complete, amazing condition, easy pick up there. And then a few more games for the Wii U. Just to go into the Just Dance subset, we've got Just Dance 2017 now. Again, cheap enough, was only a fiver, so we're just getting these out of the way while we can. And I grabbed this Sports Connection. This was €5. This isn't obviously the €50 sports game that we were talking about, but I don't know. Again, will we ever play it? Probably not, you know yourself. And then grabbed a copy of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Now again, from what I can remember, I don't think this is supposed to be the best Smash game of the lot, or are we thinking of the Mario Party for the Wii U? Again, you can comment down below and let me know, but I know there's some cool like features came with this where you could kind of connect the 3DS and use your amiibo and stuff like that with it, so I don't know. Again, never really been a massive Smash Bros. Fan, probably because I'm really bad at it. I just kind of smash buttons and hope for the best, but I don't know, like I said, let me know if that's a decent one or not. But another one to add to the Wii U set, and maybe a few more days before we're done, but just going to do a little jump cut here. I've got all my stuff kind of sitting over the table here because I'm sick of causing avalanches when I'm doing these little pickups. So yeah, a couple more piles to grab and go through here now. So some of the stuff here you might have seen me talk about in, as I mentioned, the last video. I was kind of talking to Seamus on the last day and he started turning the camera on me and was asking me kind of what sort of stuff I got. So we didn't want to spoil too much for this one. We kind of showed off a few bits. So this is one you would have seen in that I picked up from Anthony at the Retro Gaming Store. This was B-Movie on the PlayStation. I have never heard of it. Again, as I've mentioned there before, some consoles I don't really pick an awful lot of stuff up for all the time because you don't really see it. And PS1 is one of them, although we kind of go through phases with that. I find that we kind of find a load of stuff and then we see nothing for 6 months. But yeah, this just looked absolutely bonkers. It's got aliens, it's got weapons, it's got, I don't know, just looks absolutely bonkers. So again, as I mentioned earlier on, weird looking games that I've never heard of, picking them up all day long. Then at North Down Retro Gaming, we kind of picked up, I think we picked up a few of these one day and a few another day, but I got a copy of Metroid Other M for a tenner. fully complete. I'd mentioned recently that I want to kind of get as many of those Metroid games as we can because I do really enjoy playing them. This is one, and again, Seamus kind of mentioned this as an interesting game. One that I seen years ago. Not sure where I seen it. I think I might have picked it up in the CX or something like that. Thought about getting it, didn't bother. At the time it was around 3-4 quid. Now it's, I don't know, he was selling it for tenner. I'm pretty sure it's like a 15 quid game or something like that. But yeah, Cursed Mountain just looks pretty weird, pretty crazy. So that's the sort of stuff that we love popping in and having to play. That could probably actually be a good one for like a kind of a pop it in and play in the middle of a video. So I don't know, maybe we'll pick some random stuff and do a poll somewhere and then decide what we're going to play. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out. Then I got, where these, actually no, these weren't from, Jesus, that long since I've been to the bloody market, I'm kind of forgetting what I picked up where. Those two I definitely got from North Down Retro Game, because I think I remember the two of them being 20 quid for the pair or something like that. Yeah, they were 20 quid. So these three I got from Tiziano, I got them from Collection Mania. They have an amazing stand with some really, really cool stuff, like such a good mix of stuff. Every console you could think of, Pokemon stuff, the lot. Again, they'll be tagged like everyone else down below, so make sure and check them out. But yeah, we just got 3 more games for the Wii U. So we have, I can't remember, he just gave me some amazing deal on them. I think they don't have the inlays, these ones. I think they were priced at around like 8, 12 and 12. I think he gave me an amazing deal, like 20 quid or something crazy like that for the 3 of them. So again, we'll kind of open them all up and sort them out later on and put them into the Game Eye app and kind of say which ones have manuals and stuff like that so we can keep track of them. But another 3 Wii U games. I think that was all the Wii U grabs at the market, so probably grabbed another 7 or 8 games to add. The Wii U games are all over the place behind me here. You won't be able to see it. I'm not kind of getting the camera down and ruining my angle here, but yeah, we'll go through the game room another day when we do our like sort of tidy up video and stuff like that. You'll kind of see the way everything is just all over the place. But big cleanup, big organising video coming soon. We have a bit of time off work, thank God, coming up soon, so we'll be able to catch up on a lot of these things that we meant to do. But anyway, one more pile of games here. This is all the stuff I got from James's booth from Rewind Retro Gaming, so always a really interesting mix of stuff from. Right, so apologies if there was a bit of a jar and jump there. The camera overheated and the battery died. I was talking that long, so I'm not sure how far I got, so I'm just going to go back to looking at the stuff that I got in James's booth at Rewind Retro Gaming. I was kind of mentioning how, you know, obviously I love going through everyone's setups there, like people have some great stuff with them, but I just love like the variety of stuff that James brings. He has like, you know, loose Commodore 64 tapes, accessories, boxes and boxes of accessories, loose discs, manuals, all that crazy stuff that, you know, I had so much fun going through on the Sunday. Again, just put the camera down, was able to take my time kind of having to dig through and picking out loads of random bits and pieces, so I'll show those off now. But so yeah, first up was a Nintendo 64 memory card. I actually don't have any of these. Grabbed it for a $5. I used to, you'll have to tell me now what you used to use these memory cards for, but I used to play, I think it was International Superstar Soccer 64, and you could like save replays of your goals. So like obviously anytime I scored like an absolute worldie, it went on one of these memory cards, and I used to fill loads of them. I remember even putting like the stickers on and kind of putting in really tiny writing who I scored the goals for and who they were against and stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought it was really cool when I seen that, because yeah, for some reason I just never really thought of picking up memory cards for the Nintendo 64, because like everything else here, I kind of put a game in the odd time, but I haven't really been playing them hardcore enough to need memory cards for them. Which I mentioned Commodore 64 stuff. I got this copy of Las Vegas. I don't really pick up Commodore games unless they were something that I kind of remember playing as a kid. Something about this making us think that we kind of had a copy in the house. Maybe I'm thinking of Vegas Stakes in the SNES or something, I don't know. But then yeah, mentioned some loose Commodore 64 tapes. Grabbed a copy of Spy Hunter, because it's an absolute classic. I got Paperboy. And I grabbed Ghosts and Goblins. Now, I don't know if you've kind of got a load of loose Commodore 64 things and you've got a game room and you have a way of displaying them, please let me know down below how you do it. I suppose I could maybe buy like some empty cassette cases on Amazon and stuff like that. Is that a thing that you can buy? Or on Temu or something real dirt cheap? Maybe I could do that, because I literally have, I've never shown them. Obviously, if you've seen like a game room tour before, you'll have seen the Commodore stuff up in the corner. They got some really cool like box stuff up there and stuff in original cases. But I actually have like a cardboard box full of the likes of these. Now obviously there's a lot of like copied stuff from when you used to have like tape deck and you get a lend of a Commodore 64 game off someone, you do your own little pirated copy of it. Probably shouldn't have said that on camera. Look, it's been 30 odd years now. I don't think anyone's going to come booting the bleeding door down looking for us over it. But yeah, the I do have a lot of original ones as well that we probably just lost the cases for over the year. They probably just broke and got thrown out. So I literally must have 50 or 60 of these games loose like this. Probably have Paperboy and Ghosts and Goblins. There's me picking them up again, but that would be something that I would do. But yeah, as I said, if you've found a way to display them, like a sort of a clever way to do it, let me know. I'd love to hear your ideas on that. Grabbed a couple of cart-based games next. I mentioned Superstar Soccer 64 just there, and I got this copy of International Superstar Soccer in general. Was this like... Yeah, this is just plain old International Superstar Soccer. I have been looking for deluxe. If you watched sort of the last kind of gaming market video, I kind of had like a little list on the whiteboard of games that I'm looking for on the SNES. Deluxe is still one that I'm looking for. I was convinced that I actually had this, just happened to check the Gameway app when I was kind of going through the games on Sunday, and it wasn't on my list. So if I do already have it, it's a duplicate and we'll give it away or whatever like that. But if not, we've added that into the collection. And I picked up a copy of Wave Race. Now, I already had Wave Race on Nintendo 64. If you're sort of eagle-eyed and you've seen, again, the game room tours, you'll have noticed that. But I had, one of my brothers had like a milestone birthday there in January. So for the Christmas before, we don't really get each other crazy presents or anything like that, but I happened to come into an extra Nintendo 64. And I knew Nintendo 64 was something that he was kind of nostalgic for, that he really wants to kind of get back into playing and try and get a hold of one. So I gave him one for Christmas, in the back of my head thinking 50th birthday's coming up, so I'll get him a few games. So 3 games that I actually happened to have here were 3 games that he kind of had mentioned when he was kind of looking at Nintendo 64, so I knew kind of what to get them. Wave Race was one of them. Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart were 2 other games that he was kind of nostalgic for that he wants to get, so I just gave him my ones. So I have to kind of recollect them again. So Wave Race 64 is now back in the collection. Ironically, I had an extra Mario Kart 64 last year and I feckin' sold it on adverts. So we'll have to keep an eye out for another copy of that. Spoiler alert for next episode, I did actually pick up a copy of Diddy Kong Racing since the market. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, all that sort of stuff to the channel to see how I came across a copy of that in the next video, which will hopefully be coming soon. As I've mentioned, craziness this year, all sorts of stuff with cars and stuff like that, but we are kind of pretty much getting back to normal now, so hopefully those videos will start becoming a bit more frequent. I'm running out of places to put stuff, so we'll just leave that teetering on the edge there. And I got, I don't know, will I go through the loose stuff? I feel like that's a little bit more interesting, is it? Actually, no, pretty much all I have left is loose stuff, because these 2 games James gave me for free. He had a box of €1 stuff that was there. He was like, just go through it and take it that you can. Like, he was throwing games at me. I was like, no, I don't need them. It's all stuff I already have. I picked out 2 games that I don't have, which were Medal of Honor Heroes and Football Generation. Never played it back in the day, never heard of it, but free's free. So thanks for that, James. We'll probably should have put them in the gift section later on, but you look. Yeah, down to like just the loose stuff now. A couple of business cards and stuff from people's stalls. I'll show all them in the videos, but yeah, I picked up, I mentioned that you had a load of manuals. I will talk about the 2 manuals here now and then just very quickly go through the disc stuff. But Nigel Mansell, again, went on the Gameway app saying that I knew I had the box for this game, wasn't sure if there was a manual in it or not, but there wasn't. So, like, for €3, where else would you be finding stuff like this except, like, at something like the Irish gaming market? So, if you haven't been before, I've probably flogged it to death at this stage. But, again, links all down below. Next market has already been announced. It's the 5th and 6th of July. If I'm wrong on that, I'll put a little thing up here saying I'm wrong, and obviously all the correct dates and information will be in the description. But yeah, not actually long to go now. It's taken me that long to get this video together. It's less than a month and a half away. So get your tickets, use code RGI10. It's still valid to get you 10% off your tickets. So if you're looking to go to the market, make sure and use that code and save yourself a few bob. Again, all the information will be in the description down below. But yeah, Nigel Mansell manual. I'll talk about the other manual last, because it's kind of at the bottom of the pile here. But you know that I'm addicted to PlayStation Magazine demo discs. Didn't get any PlayStation Ireland discs. I didn't actually see any PlayStation Ireland magazines. There's a couple that we kind of need for the collection. So again, we'll keep an eye out the next market for that. But yeah, just random. They were €1 each. Demo discs, 1, 38, 79. I don't know which ones these I have already. He had 8 different ones, so I just picked them all up. Because James is sound, he always gives you a good bundle deal as well. So no idea how much I paid all in for all this stuff, but I just know he gave me a really good deal. And then probably the most expensive stuff at like, well, a couple of maybe the Wave Race was like 12 or something like that, but an €8 manual for a game that I don't even have. I picked up the manual for Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, so that's the level of addiction here now, lads. Manuals for games that we don't even own. But I figured, why not for €8? Probably an expensive enough game to pick up complete, and this manual is, you know, bar like a little scuff there. I don't care about that. Once the manuals are like not stuck together, as far as I'm concerned, that's a win. This is a really nice manual. I'm actually playing Oracle of Seasons at the moment on the Switch, you know, on the the Game Boy, the expansion, whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, never played through it before, so I'm actually playing through it and enjoying it at the moment. Obviously buying this manual kind of got me into it, so must keep an eye out for, you know, even just a loose copy of the game to come with the manual would be pretty cool. But eventually, obviously, I'd love to get all the original Zelda games boxed and whatever like that. But in the meantime, we have this in our back pocket in case we find, like, as I said, a cart or something when we get to piece it together. But yeah, that was, I'm just looking around to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I've got stuff here to the side. Again, there and I show a little preview of some of the stuff that I've been picking up. You can pause and freeze frame that. That's all stuff will be shown in the next video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Another amazing weekend, as I've mentioned. If you didn't see the video that I made that went out 2 weeks ago, I'll put a link to it down below. That was kind of, you know, documentary style about the market. This one was a bit more, as I said, POV. Couldn't really do too much talking because it was quite loud when I was actually filming and kind of had to be out there by a certain time. But I don't know, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the sort of the walk around, the ambient sounds of the market, all that sort of stuff, and you enjoyed looking at the pickup. Again, don't forget to enter the giveaway. We're giving away a copy of Ocarina of Time for Nintendo 64, the Japanese cart, which is a really, really interesting sort of art variant on that, so something that'd be nice for a little collection. So again, just comment Ocarina of Time, something like that. Mix it in with a comment about something else, whatever, just leave it down below. We'll do a draw in about a week or so and we'll tag someone and get that sent over to you. But yeah, that's it. It's been a while since we've been up here talking, so I've forgotten how to end these videos, so I don't know. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for sticking till the end. As always, you're an absolute legend if you're still watching here. Only like 10% of the people that watch the videos stay this long, so don't know if I have any material for a blooper reel in this one, but I promise you the next video, it's going to be another bumper one. It's going to have pickups, stuff like that I've been randomly grabbing. It's going to have charity shops. It's going to have shite talk. It's going to have me driving around in the car, going to all the local stuff like we did back in the day, because we finally have a car of our own again. Even though you probably think I had it back, because in a video I kind of said how I was back and then something else happened. We'll talk about it all. We'll do a big catch up in the next one. We'll talk about everything that's been happening and we'll talk about what's going to be happening going forward. But again, thanks so much for checking out the video, lasting this long, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.